Aaron Rodgers is back, and in Aaron Rodgers fashion, he announced it Tuesday night on 12/12, December 12th, that he has been medically cleared to play with the Packers this week against Carolina. Not many people outside of Titletown would have thought that the Packers were in the game as much as they were on Sunday against Pittsburgh, and that's many thanks to the defense. Again, the final map, 31-0, Wisconsin over Minnesota, staying undefeated. A perfect season for them, 12-0. Next Saturday, the Big Ten Championship, Game 3 tonight against the Celtics is at 8:30, so still a little bit to go. Just a note, too, though, starter John Henson is doubtful for tonight's game with back soreness. The Brewers have now played 23 games in their season. They've only fell below 500 just one day. A team that does not stop fighting the underdogs of the postseason, beating ranked teams Wausau West and Spash to get to state for the first time in program history. Earlier in the season, the Packers had the #1 run defense in the NFL. That, of course, was before the Falcons game in October. Yeah, too close for comfort for some. Well, the Packers were hanging on by a thread, trying to still make those playoffs at the end of the season. Both of these teams played each other in the first week. It was Stanley Boyd's closest game of the season. They won 21-14. All four golfers tied for first have never won a major. Maybe this could be the first. At Aaron Hills, Adriana Torres, News Channel 7 Sports.
News Channel 7's Adriana Torres.
From a hot 8-game win streak to 3 straight losses, the Brewers have been shut out by the Cubs 4 times this month coming into today. They don't want that to happen again this afternoon. Milwaukee trying to avoid the Cubs sweep. Zach Davies getting the start today at Wrigley Field. First batter for Davies, Albert Almora. Davies strikes him out. He had 3 Ks today. Bottom of the 5th here, 1 on for Tyler Chatwood. He's able to get an RBI single. Cubs take the 1-0 lead. Davies here still pitching in the 6th, bases loaded, 1 out. Addison Russell gets the job done. A sac fly to center. Another run comes home, 2-0. The Brewers lose with that final score. Quite the offensive slump they're going through. They're headed to Cincinnati tomorrow. So the Packers come out of the draft weekend with 2 cornerbacks, 2 linebackers, 3 wide receivers, an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and a punter and long snapper. Pretty diverse group of positions. That's 11 picks, the most in 5 years for the Packers. A successful first weekend. Brian Gutekunst credits his success in his first draft as the guy in charge to preparation.
It's not something you can catch up on, you know. There's probably a little bit more opportunity now in the 3 days, but it's, you know, if you haven't done the work and you haven't been prepared and you don't know those players up there as it falls, it can be very difficult, you know. So that was kind of my job. What my job has been over the past, 6 years is to know that entire board inside and out. You know, I think that's the key to the entire thing. And I think, I felt really prepared through the whole thing. I felt our guys were really prepared.
It was a hopeful season for the Bucks. Giannis finally settled as the team leader, and the talent was there, but the inconsistency of the entire season, along with coaching problems, showed. The Bucks losing in Game 7 to the Celtics Saturday night, eliminated from the playoffs once again in the first round.
I'm always going to remember this Game 7. It's been 17 years since the Bucks went to the second round, and we wanted it bad. It was a year that our coach got fired, players got traded. It was adversity all around, ups and downs, and if we could end the season well,
Vince Beagle was the 5th Badger to be drafted by Green Bay since 1986. The Packers like their homegrown talent, drafted 108 overall. Beagle, of course, is ecstatic. He gets to stay in his home state to start the next chapter in his life. I sat down with him yesterday, this only on 7. From Wisconsin Rapids to Madison to Green Bay, Vince Beagle says his dreams are slowly but surely becoming reality. He's staying home.
Our blood runs deep here in Wisconsin, and I'm extremely blessed to be able to stay in Wisconsin and to really live every Wisconsin high school kid's dream. And for me, I'm excited to go to the next level, be an example, and show kids in Wisconsin what hard work is.
Taking on a new role, reversed from several years ago where he was on the other side of that.
My brother and I, my friends, we actually went to those autographs where you'd ride the bikes, or I remember throwing jerseys and hats over the fences and asking for guys' autographs.
Him playing and going to see him in Green Bay is awesome. So I think he'll fit right in, and he's a really hard worker, so I think it'll be a smooth transition.
A life transition, too, made just a little easier. Vince is getting married in July to, you guessed it, a Wisconsin gal who's just as excited.
It'll be so nice just to be together, and wherever that was, and now it's Green Bay. I mean, that's incredible. His family's here, and my family's around.
Wisconsin is home to me. Our family's been in Wisconsin for hundreds of years, so I'm excited to stay here. It means the world to me to stay here, and I'm excited to start this next journey in my life.
The Packers officially have a new GM, Brian Gutekunst, and like they say with players, draft, develop, and retain, they kind of did that with him, too. He started back in 1997 as an intern for the Packers, developed nearly 20 years, mostly working in scouting, and now retaining a 5-year contract to be the Packers GM.
When you get into situations like I am now, I think I look back, and that's what gives me confidence, is that I've been in so many different spots and I've had to grind it out. I'm really, really excited about this opportunity. This is an amazing place. There's a standard of excellence here that has been here for a long, long time.
Although Packers are very traditional, change is sometimes needed. Mike McCarthy won't report to the GM anymore. He'll report to Mark Murphy. And a runner-up for the GM job, Russ Ball, was promoted to Executive Vice President and Director of Football Operations. So he'll continue to handle contracts and salary cap.
I think it's the best for the organization. And, Mike, Brian, Russ, and I will meet on a regular basis, a weekly basis. And I think it's really going to be helpful that we're always on the same page. It'll improve communication. It'll improve collaboration. And I'm very, very, very excited about that.
Gutekunst says that he does look at Ted Thompson as a mentor, and he will stick to the Packers way, but he's going to add his personality into it a little bit, be more aggressive. He says he wants a team that's competitive within. He wants to raise the bar in every position on the team. At Lambeau Field, Adriana Torres, News Channel 7 Sports.